So now that we've turned on the power supply and we have the function generator running, we've connected the function generator to ground. So the black lead is connected to ground. And then you can see that the red terminal, I've connected this with a jumper wire down here to pin 3 of the first 741 chip. That's the input of the first amplifier block. Now I want to see what's coming out of that first amplifier block. So I'm going to use the oscilloscope. Now the oscilloscope probe actually has 2 parts. It has the ground clip and it has the actual probe. I'm going to connect the ground clip to ground, so anywhere on any of the blue stripes is just fine. And then I've just taken the oscilloscope probe and connected it to a jumper wire here. So now I can put that anywhere that I want, and I'm going to put it on pin 6 of the second 741 chip. And now what I can do is I can determine what is the output of the 741 chip. So now I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can see the oscilloscope screen. And let's bring it a little bit closer so that it's a little bit easier to see. So on the oscilloscope, we have several buttons that we can choose from. Right now, there's not very the image is not very good. Now you'll notice that there's one button here that says auto scale, and that's a very tempting button. If you hit auto scale, you'll get something. You'll get something that will be somewhat beneficial, but I am not going to guarantee you that it's going to be good. So auto scale maybe is the first button that you hit, but after that, it's time to do your own adjustments. So this button up here, which you can barely see, that button adjusts the horizontal scale, and this button is going to adjust the vertical scale. So I can adjust how high or how low the voltage is going to get, and as I'm doing this, I can also, and over here on the circuit board, I'm adjusting the potentiometer as well. So you can see that there is in fact a sine wave that is coming out of this circuit. But something has gone wrong because it's at the wrong frequency. So let me see if something has come loose or if something is plugged in incorrectly. What I want, and see, this is why you don't use auto scale, because I want to see the wave. And here we go. That's the wave that I'm looking for. So you can now see that the frequency is 1 kilohertz, and that's how I know that it's correct, because I know that the frequency that I'm sending in is 1 kilohertz. And over here, you can see that it's measuring the duty cycle, about 42%, but then it's also measuring the peak-to-peak voltage to be about, it's kind of hard to judge, but I'm going to say that it's right at about 1 volt, 970, 980 millivolts, but it's real close to 1 volt. And if you think about what would be the expected amount of voltage that you would expect to see, we're sending in 10 millivolts, which is 0.01. We're amplifying it by a factor of 101, so I'd expect to get out about 1.01 volts. And given the precision of the resistors that we're using, which are plus or minus 5%, given the relative imprecision of the potentiometer, if I slide it down, by the way, notice how it decreases, slide it back up, notice how it increases. Given the variations in those quantities, I think that this is a pretty good measurement and a pretty good verification that our first amplifier block is working correctly.